So members of the Economic Freedom Fighters Eswatini wing took to the Oshoek Ngwenya border post between South Africa and Eswatini yesterday, and that was to march for democratic reforms and outside intervention. That country has been in turmoil for some time now, with pro-democracy protesters resorting to looting in some instances. In the recent weeks, it's alleged that at least 60 people have been killed in the unrest. Now, these claims come after evidence of video footage and images of murder, beatings, torture and torching have emerged on social media. On Friday, that was yesterday, members of the EFF in Eswatini claimed that police had actually tortured them. Let's get your sense of what actually might have taken place from the vantage point of Nombulelo Motsa. She's the EFF president in Eswatini, or at least the Eswatini wing. And you're in Manzini, Nombulelo, beg your pardon. Let's begin by just understanding, as of this morning, what you're able to see insofar as unrest is concerned in that country.
Good morning to you and all the viewers. In Swaziland, the situation is so very bad that many people have been killed upon demanding their freedom, because they are very oppressed in this country. There's nothing you can do. The king has unleashed the forces to kill people in the country. So many people are losing their lives due to demanding freedom.
Is that affecting how many people are still showing up in the streets on a day-to-day basis to protest for political reform?
Many people want to protest, but now there's the police, they are blocking them from. It's like they don't allow anyone to gather around and discuss anything. There's no gathering at all. They are restricted to gather, and they are oppressed. They cannot assemble in anything. There's this violation of human rights that is going on here. So people are not allowed to assemble in any way.
Yeah. Given then, apologies, continue.
So whenever you want to assemble, you'll find police everywhere. They wouldn't allow us to assemble. Like yesterday, we wanted to do a memorial for the lost lives. So in the place where we wanted to meet, the police were armed there, and we couldn't even meet and discuss anything. So it's like there's no. It's like we cannot do anything without them showing.
Right, it appears we have a sort of jarred connection to Nombulelo there. She's in Manzini for us. We know Eswatini in the past few days has also been the target of internet shutdowns in some respects. It's made connecting with some individuals in that country extremely difficult. Nombulelo, I'm not sure if you still can hear us. If that is the case, I wonder whether you think yesterday's protest by the EFF in particular was effective.
Yes, I think that was a very good move. We thank you so much for the EFF South Africa for intervening into the country. We really need that kind of help, because the king cannot move now. It's like he oppresses us in every way he can. There are restrictions. Wherever we want to meet, there will be the restrictions. We cannot meet anymore. There's no freedom in this country.
Yeah.
So, yes, EFF being there, we thank them so much that we hope the king will listen to them, because they also want us to be free, just like they are in South Africa.
Of course, pressure can continue being mounted from outside the country, and the EFF is given an example insofar as that is concerned, lockdown regulations aside. But what becomes the plan from inside Eswatini, though, given what some may describe as a crackdown that's working?
Yes, in Eswatini, it's like you cannot do anything at all. We are trying to have a dialogue with the king, but he cannot. He doesn't listen to anyone. So it's like he's the law himself, and you cannot do anything anywhere, because everywhere he deployed his people, they are all working for him. So the people are just suffering under his oppression. So even now, yesterday, most people, when they were going to the border, some of our fighters, they were tortured. They were pointed with guns, and they had to run away from the car they were traveling with. Some were shot with rubber bullets, and some were very injured and were taken to the hospital. So the situation is not getting better here.
Yeah, it's the kind of thing that could eat at the morale of people who believe that they're fighting for what is being described in some respects as a just cause. How do you keep that from happening, though, as the EFF? How do you keep morale up?
We always tell our people that we have to go and demand what our rights, because as of now, we cannot do anything. All we want to do is to have our rights as the people of Swaziland. And the police should stop beating and killing. The butcher of the nation has to stop. So we cannot just stand now. We have to rise up and do everything we can to make to obtain our freedom.
All right. Nombulelo Motsa, thanks very much indeed for your time. She's the EFF Eswatini president. Appreciate your take on this ongoing story.